Alright guys, welcome back. So today what we're going to do is we're going to do my climb to Guardian this season. Obviously it's very early, this is in no way like getting Guardian, but it's the climb up there and just kind of how it's been going early in the season. As a note, there's a balance patch probably coming in the next couple weeks, so that might completely change the strategy and the units and all that stuff, but let's go and dig into it. So we've looked at this a little bit before, a couple weeks ago, and things are going really well, and it's largely thanks to Raccoony. You can see my little naming system here, how I have like different letters for each unit, H is Han, R is Raccoony, stuff like that. And on 422, I went 11 and 4, picking basically Han, Raccoony, Verd. And then I went 13 and 2, climbed from 1591 to 1639. And then over the next couple days, looks like a 4 and 4 day, a 7 and 2 day, and then a 1 and 0 day to go from 1639 to 1701 to get to Guardian. And basically the same strategy. I've been doing Han first pick, Raccoony second pick, and then kind of trying to counter pick from there. And we'll dig into some specific matches. But here are the stats overall. Let's see if I can go a little closer so you can see a little better. Yeah, so here's the stats overall. Most picked unit is Han, 98 times, basically every match, 68% win rate. I mean, that's how you climb, right? But I think even more impressively, once I switched to Raccoony, 76% win rate, 39 and 12. Just outstanding, outstanding. You can see I highlighted Amduat and Veramos in red because I'm not going to use them as much anymore. I started off the season with them and I was having fun with them, but their win rate is 55 and then 53 respectively, which means Amduat's probably going to get kicked out entirely, and then Vero's going to be a fringe pick, just because their win rate is bringing down my overall average. And then Verd, a big shock, 31 and 8 for almost 80%, 79%, which is the highest I've seen Verd in a long time. I think him with Raccoony is really working well. They're both like massive turn cycling units. It helps that they're fire, and then they're just enabling Han if they let me keep Han. Or units like Mei Huang, who is also really high, 78%, 29 and 8. I leveled him up, I deviled him up. He's just working really, really well. He's a almost element neutral DPSer, and it kind of sticks with my theme of you can't really lock me down with Raccoony and Vero a little bit, and then Mei Huang's hard to lock down. He's fire, so it messes with all the pushback. So he's been really, really nice. Vero Yanhong, not as much picked. I would say, 29 total times versus 98 for Han. So Yanhong's kind of falling off a little bit, but still, really good win rate, 68%. There's so much reset, and Yanhong reset is not great. So there's better healing options. Like Raccoony, you can't really reset. Molly, you can't really reset. But yeah. Leo, every time I pick Leo, I basically win, 83%. I think with the units I'm picking, they all are such bar-gaining units, like Verd, Raccoony, Han, that you add a Leo in there and they get put in a really tough position, because if they leave the Leo and all my bar boosting, I have a really high chance to win. And usually I'm using the Leo to counter their speed-based artifacts and their speed-based damage dealers, just kind of slow down the game. So Leo's working really well. Juno, same kind of thing, 77%. Ethna, not great, 58%. Trying to take turn 1, I think, for me is a waste of time. Diana, very nice, 76%. Shizuka, also not great, 53%. Some people have massive success with Shizuka. I do not, how it's currently ruined, so I might need to brush up on her or something. I feel like she's such a turn 2 unit, and it's like that tanky, ragdoll-y turn 2, and I don't play that, so she's not really fitting for me, and there's so much strip and reset that it's just not working. Vanessa, haven't played her a lot, but when I have, 90%. So I'm picking Vanessa correctly a lot. And then we go Wusa, Praha, and then that's kind of everybody. So let's go ahead and take a look at some of the matches, just to kind of break them down. So you can see I'm, 62% for the season. Way more matches, double the matches of last season. We still have a ton of time to go. I'm having more fun this season. I'm in the groove. Like sometimes just kind of taking a step back can kind of revitalize you. So that's where I'm at. Oh, look, I can see. Here's all my seasons. That's kind of fun. So I was Guardian, just barely, but with good win rate. And then C3, C2, and then I'm back up to Guardian, but we'll see if I can hold it. I think I can definitely hold C3. We'll see. It just kind of depends on how the last week goes. But anyway, let's see here. We'll do maybe the last 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's been a little while. I mean, we'll go through. We'll just look at the draft so you can kind of see. This was when I was playing with Cha-Cha. Spoilers, Cha-Cha's not very good. This was a win, a random win. That was a Yanhong win. You can see the DPS there. Even against the triple water, the double fire can kind of hold its own. This is a weird one. but I managed to win. He just had full aggression. It's either he's going to win or lose right away. Another draft here. This guy, I think, was just playing around with this unit because what this draft does, and I'll show you when I show some replays, I pick kind of my neutral core. It's usually going to be Han, which is my neutral damage dealer. I want him in every situation. He's one of my best rune monsters. And then I pick double support, usually the Raccoon and sometimes Verd or sometimes Yonhong, stuff like that. And then I overload on damage dealers to take out their threats. And so that's kind of my strategy. I try to punt a little bit on showing them all my cards too early. And then it allows me to kind of overload. Like here, I just ban the Antares and deal with the Tian Lang and just wreck because I had double wind. All right, so let's go to the last 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the first one is Datuikas. 4 days ago. So it's been a little while. I've been wanting to make this video before I keep playing because I don't know that I'll stay at Guardian in the near future. There's a lot of really good players playing right now. They always think one advantage I have is the first pick Han. They think I'm trying to compete with speed, and I'm not. I'd like to fight speed teams, so I end up with kind of advantageous matchups quite a bit. This is another Leo game where his bar boost is all in Ethna, but the Diana kind of counters that, you know? Like, even now I'm behind with the Han going down, but I feel pretty comfortable because I've got the healing, I've got the cleanse, I've got a lot of bar gain. And really, in my mind, all I need to do is just wreck with Diana. If I can get the Ethna down, I think I'm good. And I think sometimes with Vanessas, people focus on killing the Vanessa in a manner that's non-advantageous for them. Just let her res. If you can handle it, just let her res. There's nothing wrong with it. Like, he quit out before I'd even like gotten all the work done, you know? So that was a really nice match. Like, Diana was going to be good. He spent everything he had on the Han, which good for him, but then with the bar boost and the Leo, Diana was just going to go and go and go and go. So you can see same strategy here. Now I'm looking at this, I'm like, nothing here is a threat to Mei Huang, so I bring all this. Needed another strip. Had to ban this because I was all fire, and this thing is pretty unstoppable against fire. It's really, really good in general, but against fire, it's insanely good. This is a great match, I remember, because he had permanent immunity, and I just smacked through it, if I remember correctly. So there's Raccoon doing things, cleansing and boosting. And I'm like, I'm just going to chop right through. I don't care that I can't land anything and you have permanent immunity. There's his res. And we're already way ahead. And now we're fine. We're boosting like crazy. He only has one kind of control and doesn't do a ton against Raccoon, and he's kind of out of damage. So we're just going to nuke right through his choice to stay full immune. He needed at least one good threat for the Nana, and he kind of brought a half threat in Vanessa. It just wasn't good enough. This team is double heavy threat with massive cycling, which the Verd basically gives me, I would say it turns Han and Mei Huang into like twice as dangerous because they're going to take twice as many turns, and that's not what you want to face. And then the Raccoon lets them take even more turns. So there was that one. Now we're up to here. I think these are all wins. We'll have to go dig out a loss because we were on a pretty good streak there for a while. This team just seems to work. It really synergizes well with what I'm trying to do. And I'll show you the runes here at the end. The other thing I think helped my climb that I should have mentioned earlier is with the current event, a lot of people are playing that wouldn't normally play. And so I feel like the overall quality of player in C3 is down right now. Usually early in the season, it's only the like hardcore people. And that is not what I'm seeing right now. There's quite the range of runes and knowledge going on in C3. So it makes it kind of easy to climb to Guardian, or it felt easy to me. So he's got the Verd advantage here. I'm a little stressed. I just need to get a little bit of lockdown with my Praha if I can. Already down a Han. But again, he has no healing. So if I can just get a little bit ahead with the control of the Praha, or, you know, keep healing up with Raccoon, like, I'll be okay. I've got the speed buff. Now I've got this thing stunned. This is the only real threat left on his team, so I'm just all in on it. And I'm feeling great at this point. Like, I don't really feel like there's anything he can do to me because none of my guys care about resets. I don't really care that he can refresh himself. Like, I'm just going to start killing things, you know? And I was like, okay, I'm hitting this Zabala thing. I probably need to switch to the Moor because the Moor is the threat and I have tons of multi-hit. But I didn't get the chance to do that because the match ended. Here's another one. Deoncy 2411. First pick Moor. Doesn't matter. Pick this all day. Ragdoll. Okay. Going LD. Gianna's not that scary. This is kind of scary. And I assume the Leo's getting banned, but I don't think he does. And I think he should have. Because, again, I've got a lot of boost. The Miles is the big threat here. But I get the Han, so I could be in good shape. He banned the Rakuni, so he's like, okay, I'm not going to let you do all those shenanigans, but he's going to let me Leo Verd, which is a ton of bar advantage. I'm trying intentionally not to use the stun of Han, and then just hoping my Mei Wang stun doesn't go off, which it generally doesn't because he's glancing. And I just need the Han to do a little bit of work. Right there, my thought was get a bunch of damage into more so that I could get rid of him with Leo, even though the Miles wasn't dealt with. Now the Miles is. And the Han just survived, and that's all runes. Like, if my Han was ruined less effective HP, I would have fallen behind earlier. I wouldn't have been able to do all that damage. Like, it's all the little things that add up. Like, a squishier Han might lose that match, you know? So that's why I like my Han pretty beefy. And then here's the last one of this set. Watch Bjart. So he goes double speed lead. I'm like, that's fine. You go fast. That's fine with me. This to me says I can do Leo. I don't choose to do it, though. I go with this damage dealer that works well against everybody. This unit is ridiculous. I don't know if you've seen this unit that I banned. It's one of those ones where they can put you in a spot where you're just stuck. You got to get rid of it. And you just have to deal with whatever else comes in. So that was the position I felt like I was in. Oh, the Verd's hanging tough. The Macron, like, really saved Verd there. Verd's down, but the Mei Wang is starting to charge up. And we're just trying to kill threats. We get 1 down, we get 2 down, and now we're all in on the Masha. And I'm feeling pretty good here, because it's a Masha versus a Mei Wang and a Manon. Yep, nice additional turn, and now we're buffed up. And we're feeling pretty good here. And you know the monkey's crazy fast. Oh, he emoted. That's interesting. I can't see emotes when I'm playing, because I have them muted, but I guess you can see them in replays. So I guess no one's really emoting because I didn't notice any other ones. So those are the matches. Let's see if I can find a loss to look at. Here we go. This is a loss. Let's look at this one. And then we'll call it a day on the replays and go look at the runes. So first pick Juno. That should be free, but is not. That was clearly a good move. I'm like, okay, Vero. That's probably my mistake. The Praz also doesn't have a great win rate for me. He's got a lot of good stuff going on. I think I should have banned the Nephthys. He put me in a spot where I couldn't break through the immunity, which is my fault, kind of. But the Pra would have been good there. I thought maybe the Vero would protect me, but no. I just get Nephthys too much. And then I'm just way down in the count. Yep, that's what happened. Couldn't gain bar because of the Tian Lang. The Nephthys just wrecked me. I should have, I guess, banned the Nephthys, but he might still win with the Tian Lang Wusa. Like, the Tian Lang's so good into my comp because everything I do tries to gain bar. Like the Bird and the Han and the Praha. Like, he basically LD outdrafted me hardcore. Like, there was not a lot of chance that my comp was going to win into that. So that's one of those ones where you're like, that happens. So that is how we're doing. Let's go look at the runes real quick. Here is the Han. Probably on some of my best runes. 38k HP, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 80 defense. Not a ton of attack. 249 speed, obviously crit damage. And these are just some of my best runes. They are beefy runes, like this thing and this thing, just tons of stats. And then we're on additional damage from HP, which may not be ideal. But I did the calculations at one point and it was better, but with the way that HP decreases, it might be worth looking into something different. So that's probably something I need to work on. Here's Rakuni. All I did is take my Molly runes. 70 res, 274 speed. You can see the HP. And it's my Molly runes. I de-rune my Molly to put them on the rat. And I'm thinking about putting my Yanhong runes on it, which would be amazing. Let's just try it real quick. So it'd be 79, 280, it'd be 88, 93, 293 speed Rakuni on Violent with more HP. That's tempting. That's very tempting. Here's the Verge, just as beefy triple revenge as I can get. Here's the Mei Wang. This is actually a pretty poor build. I ran the numbers in the optimizer, and I just kind of did this off the cuff. It's not very good. I could do way better. So I'm going to actually optimize, ruin my account here coming up for the push. Once the balance patch happens, then I'll re-rune exactly how I want to push up into Guardian if I can to end the season. Juno's been the same for a while. Some of my best runes, 282 on Despair. Here's the Vero. I took Masha's runes and put them on Vero. For the Amduat, I took Antares' runes. So instead of totally re-runing, I just stole runes. So Ethna is what? 234, 244, 243 speed on 99 crit. This is the new rune I got, and I can give it 1 more speed. Oh, so close, but I just haven't gotten it yet. So she books it, 243 or whatever I said. Vanessa, not runed very well. Oliver on the Despair build, which is kind of fun. And then don't use him. Here's her. Just kind of a beefy build. Pretty standard Leo build. Praha, Diana. Here's my new pudding. Revenge, Revenge, Will. And then that's about it in terms of things I use. I'll go through them real quick. So that is how it's going. That was my climb to Guardian for this season. So we will see how we finish up. For those of you that are climbing, hopefully that helps you. And I will catch y'all in the next video. Take care, everybody.